Welcome to this episode of The Good, The Bad and the Odd. We host Mark and Sam. Today, I think this is the last show we're going to be doing for 2015. But boy, we got a doozy. We're going to be talking about The Force Awakens. Hi, Sam.
Hey.
Right, if you want to contact us, just check the show notes of this podcast. It's got all the best place and all that. www.thegoodthebadandtheodd is a good starting point. But I am all over Facebook all the time, so that's a good way to contact me too. Again, check the show notes. Okay, let's play a trailer and then get into what we've been up to since last time.
Are you tired of film podcasts where the hosts exist in a constant, blissful state of agreement?
I mean, the main characters are two of the dullest main characters I have ever encountered in any film.
Well, you're in luck. Let me introduce you to Chinstroker and Punter. One is an ex-film student with a penchant for David Lynch and hard cinema. The other is a man on the street. Listen in perplexed and horrified terror as we tear apart one film a week.
It just really
It's not visually striking.
No.
Just getting confirmation.
It's just that's the third time though. I mean, is this on?
You can find us at chinstrokerversuspunter.podomatic.com. So come and share the victory.
The good, the bad, and the odd. It's a thing.
Okay, Sam, what have you been up to since last time?
A fair bit, actually. I've been playing a lot of games because, it's been the Christmas sale, so they've been, dirt cheap.
Right.
So I've been playing, I've got 6 games here.
Okay.
So I'll sort of skim through them, but shall we switch it on and off, or?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so the first one I've been playing is Star Wars Republic Commando.
Is that a PC?
Yeah, these are most of them are on PC. I'll say otherwise, but
I think I played Republic Commando years ago.
Yeah, we used to have a disc for it.
Didn't the disc have a virus on, so we just stopped using it? It's bizarre.
Somehow a virus got onto it, and it just infected anything we put it on.
So we never played it again.
But it's on Steam. It's dirt cheap at the moment.
Okay. It's a bit like, what was it? Dark Forces.
Yeah, it's a first-person shooter, but it's more sort of tactical. You have a team that you can order about, so you can tell cool. One to take up a sniping position.
But it sounds a bit like XCOM, but first person.
Yeah, kind of. But it's not turn-based. It's all real time.
Real time. Sounds good.
Yeah, really fun.
Fun, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll actually start with a game as well. Because I just got myself an Xbox One, and I got a couple of games that. No, I'm sorry, got one game that you can only get on Xbox One. I've ordered another one, but it hasn't come yet. The one really that I've been playing is one called Elite Dangerous. Which I didn't know was on Xbox One. I thought it was only on PC, so I was lamenting the fact I couldn't play it. But it's available on Xbox One, so I've been playing that.
It's going to be available on PS3, PS4. So.
Yeah, it doesn't matter now, really, for me. It's kind of going to keep me tided over until No Man's Sky comes out, which is the one I'm really looking for. It's essentially an update of the old famous Elite game, Frontier. And it's really frustrating because you kind of have to faff about quite a lot. I think I played it for about 5 hours before I even started to feel like I understood how to approach the game. There's a lot of space flight and docking and sending commands out, and it's kind of fun, but it's kind of frustrating. However, now I've kind of got into it, I'm finding it very relaxing, actually. Yeah. And it's kind of fun. I think I know how to spot the decent missions, apart to separate them from the ones that don't pay much. And it's kind of fun. There's a lot. You're basically drifting around in space. There's quite nice music, very nice visuals. It is a long haul game, though, for sure. Yeah. I think just to learn it properly inside out is 20-25 hours. But I think I'm willing to put the time in and sort of get made into it. I think it kind of feels quite relaxing, and I don't think it's one of those games you can put down in a month later, just pick up and start playing straight away. It's not that kind of game at all. You had a quick look at me playing it. In fact, you had a go, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a brief go, but I immediately got shot down by some guy who just attacked us.
That's really unlucky because that doesn't really often happen. But you were around when I was kind of getting frustrated with it.
Yeah, and then I kept telling you how to do things despite never playing it.
Yeah, you kind
worked.
of. Yeah, it did. Yeah, so I'm grateful for that. You taught me a few things. Okay, that's it for that game for me.
Okay, now another game I've been playing is something called Ruby Grim Eclipse. It's a game based off a show I have mentioned on the podcast before called Ruby, which is that...
you have mentioned it,
it's Transforming. So it's just like a fighter, and since you're not really sort of interested in that stuff, I'll just skip on to another one.
I just want to say Ruby, if I remember rightly, it was on Netflix not long ago. It was a show.
Yeah, it is.
It probably still is.
Yeah, probably.
How'd you spell it? I forgot.
RWBY.
That's it, yes.
But, it's a fairly fun sort of brawler, but it's only in, alpha at the moment, and you can only play as the main sort of 4 characters. I assume they're going to expand it and add in more characters further down the line, but yeah, it's a really fun game.
Okay, for me, I think pretty much everything I'm going to... Oh, no, there's a couple of films. I've got quite a few Christmas films. I'm going to talk about the non-Christmas films first, actually, and then get into the Christmas one, because I think you and I watched all the Christmas ones I'm going to talk about together anyway. One we didn't watch together was a Powell and Pressburger film from 1943 called The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp, which is a film I've seen before, and it's kind of... Basically, it's the life... It covers the career of a professional soldier who started, like, in the Boer War in 1902, say, something like that. And who also then fought in the World War One, and by the time World War Two started, he's a general. Mm-hmm. And it's basically his life in a fairly light way. But one of its major themes is how the changing nature of war seems to always leave the older soldiers in a state they can't accept it, because war, constantly gets more and more brutal, say.
Yeah.
And faster, and they're kind of... This guy's used to a more gentlemanly war. He doesn't believe in...
I'd hardly call World War One or the Boer War gentlemanly.
No. Well, let's put it this way. It was between soldiers. Though, the Boer War is notorious for, like, concentration camps were invented by the British in the Boer War, for example. Yeah. But one of the themes of this film is it's a more gentlemanly war. You shouldn't use brutal means to win. And one of the outcomes of this is in World War One, the Germans actually did bomb London. Not very often, but they did actually bomb London in World War One and kill civilians. And it was considered like a horrific... At that time, a horrific act. Well, it isn't a horrific act, but it was considered kind of... I don't want to sound gentlemanly, because that sounds prissy, but they felt it was beyond the boundaries of what you'd expect in a war.
Yeah.
And he was proud of the fact that British never engaged in that kind of warfare with the Germans, even though the Germans did it to the British. And he was saying, this proves to me that right is might, You have to conduct a war properly. And one of the themes of this thing was, when you're fighting someone against the Nazis, like the younger soldiers say, but you have to do anything to beat these guys. They're so terrible. You have to do anything you can to beat them. And he said, one of his things was, I'd rather lose than fight an uncivilized war. Yeah. But then it comes around, because he realises what the nature of the enemy. It's kind of cool. It wasn't their best film, but they have made some spectacularly good films. But it was a pretty good film. I mean, it's still a 9 out of 10 for me. But it was pretty good. Really colourful. Anyway, back to you.
Okay, now, next game I've been playing is an oldish game called Supreme Commander, which is like an RTS game. But instead,
is it a Command and Conquer game?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Just has a similar sort of name, but
okay.
It's weird in that instead of gathering resources, you kind of have to balance an economy, because you have to build power generators, and you have to keep. It's not like get 10 wood and 50 food and build a soldier. No. You just sort of set your factories to just keep building soldiers constantly,
Yeah.
and that's your army, and you have to build.
So, are you constrained by resources, or is it just constrained by time?
A lot of it is
times.
time, but you can build stuff so that you can like make more factories and then have more like troops.
So, making more troops. Is it a bit like Age of Empires or something?
Yeah, it's that sort of thing. But as I said, it's the resource management that's very different.
Oh, okay.
And it's on a much larger scale. Like, it's not uncommon to have like 500 troops.
Wow, and you just command them as a block, do you?
Yeah.
Or something? Right, okay.
It's just huge, terrifying amounts of troops.
Nice. Sounds cool. PC again, yeah?
Yeah, PC. I think it might have been on 360 as well.
Oh, wow. That'd be unusual for a 360. It's not many good games with 360s.
RTS games on the consoles aren't very good.
As a simplified version of Civilization, it's okay.
Yeah. But that's
it's not
that's
great.
not real-time strategy, though.
No, it isn't, though.
So
Right.
that's turn-based, and that's
Yeah.
much more simple. So
Okay. Okay, my next one is something we both watched, which is Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Holds up, this film.
Yeah,
I mean, some of the
really
effects look a bit shonky, but it really does hold up. The
Yeah.
biker, I really like the biker chase.
yeah,
Speed
there
of
are
chase.
bits during that where, especially where it's like from the bikes in the distance, where it looks a bit odd. But
Yeah. I really think that I always forget how good this film is. You know what I mean? I just remember.
Yeah.
I've always been someone who really doesn't mind the Ewoks. I was fine with the Ewoks when it first came out. I'm still kind of fine with the Ewoks. In fact, I enjoy them. But a lot of people do not like Return of the Jedi because of the Ewok stuff. But I think it was pretty good. And what I will say is, what always catches me by surprise again when I rewatch is how well all the interweaving storylines in the third act work.
yeah,
They just build all together. You don't feel like you keep getting taken away from stuff. It all builds. And it's almost like every time you see it cuts to the next bit, you think, oh, great, we're back to this. And then it,
Yeah.
cut back to the planet. And you think, oh, great, we're back to this. And it'll
Yeah.
cut back to the Emperor. And you go, oh, great, back to this. Like, every bit's kind of a bit of a thrill to get back to.
yeah.
I just really like it.
This has that Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome vibe where all the like really good lines, well, a lot of the really good lines from
is it?
Star Wars are from this.
Really? You think?
It's fully armed and operational. Yeah,
You're a feisty one. You'll soon learn to respect. Yeah, I guess. I guess.
Well, this is all the Emperor, so
Yeah. Kinda. There are still some great lines in
you don't know
in the
the
first
power
Star
of the
Wars.
dark side.
Yeah, but there are great lines in all three films.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. There are a lot of really good ones in this one. I mean, when I talk about this at work, it's always making fun of the Ewoks and the fact that they're fighting with bows and arrows and they're dropping logs on ATSTs and all this. But I kind of like it. I think it's fun. There's one misstep in the whole film that makes me cringe, which is when Chewie does a Tarzan.
Yeah.
It's like, that's too much like James Bond at his worst kind of
Yeah.
referencing. That is. That bit bothers me. But apart from that, I really liked it. Give it 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing I've got is a Transformers video game, which you may laugh at me for thinking for playing, but it's one of the more sort of not really infamous. It's more well-known Transformers games. It's called Fall of Cybertron.
I think all the I just want to say I think all the Transformers games I've ever seen are pretty good. Actually.
Yeah, but this game, it's really kind of a weird game in that you'd expect like a Transformers game. It's all, as usual, it's all sort of shooting, fighting, that sort of thing. But this one goes a lot into more the horrors of war. Like you see guys like
Transformers.
yeah, there's a bit where you have to help like a medic stick a electric jack into a guy's chest. And they do it like an adrenaline shot. So they
Wow.
like full on slam this thing, and there's lots of characters dying and getting shot. And
That does sound
it's
bizarre.
really weird to play and really jarring, but it's really fun.
Well, okay.
So
PC again.
no, this one's a PS3 actually.
Okay, cool. Okay, the rest of mine are Christmas films, and I think we both watched them. So the rest of them is going to be both of us, really. Elf. Did you enjoy watching Elf again?
I was there for most of it.
Oh, did you leave?
I don't really like the second act where he's hanging around with his dad because it's all just cringe humour. I'm not that much of a fan.
Yeah, okay, I kind of like. I do like the bit where it isn't necessarily cringy, where he's just so enthusiastic and doing things. I kind of like that.
I don't mind stuff like him, like getting everybody in the mailroom singing and dancing and having a rave.
Yeah,
that
that's
was funny.
fun.
But it's just where he has to sit in the corner of the room sipping like coffee that he doesn't like, and all the interactions with the guy he thinks is an elf, the book writer. All of that is like
bit cringy. Isn't it? Made me laugh. I like. There's lots of bits I like in this. I think Zoe Deschanel's really good as well.
Yeah.
She's really fun. But I think it all works quite well. It builds to a nice film. It's quite pleasant. It's not the best Christmas film, but it's kind of fun. Farrell is very patchy when it comes to films. Some of his films are really good, and sometimes they're just dreadful.
Yeah.
But this one I really quite like. I'm trying to think of one I really like. There are a few.
Anchorman.
Which one?
Anchorman.
Yes, Anchorman's probably the top one, but it's very whimsical, and I just like the character development resolution. It's a bit forced to make the guards of the guys on the horses who look after
that was really
Nazis or something.
I found that really funny when they're like, no, the New York Park Rangers.
Yeah, and I did like the explanation, which is Santa says I put them on the naughty list and they never forgive me. That made me laugh. That made it okay. But I just like the sentiment. It's a solid watch.
The whole third act, I think, is really good.
Yeah.
First and second are great, and first and third are great, sorry. Second, not so good.
Okay. I'd give it, it's not tip-top. I'll give it 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
That's what I'd give it. Back to you.
Okay, the last game I played was another Transformers game, but this one's made by Platinum Studios, which is the guys who did Bayonetta. They make like these big fighting games with like Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising, that sort of thing. And they're really good at it. So they kind of know their stuff when it comes to this, and it's a really fun game, sort of made in the style of the old 80s cartoons.
Oh, sounds good.
So yeah, it's really fun. And
what's it called again?
Transformers Devastation.
Devastation. Okay,
so, yeah, really
that sounds fun.
I recommend it.
I like some of these games that are based on cartoons and have the same style of it. I really like the Afro Samurai game, for example.
Yeah.
And I used to like the old Futurama game that was a 360.
It original
Xbox. It plays on a 360 though, doesn't it? In fact, I've still got it somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah, so I like that kind of style. Anime kind of lends itself well. You've got quite good Naruto games, haven't you?
Oh yeah, Ultimate Ninja Storm. They're really fun to play.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Okay, mine.
My last two are ones I watched with you, sir.
Okay, go for yours then.
It's Grinch and Gremlins.
Oh, I've got one more. I forgot Gremlins as well. Actually, yeah, of course. Let me do all right, let's do the Grinch first, then do the other one.
Yeah, Grinch. I think it's a pretty good adaptation of the book.
Yeah, it's padded. It's padded. And the worst bit, I think, is when the little girl sings. Because it's a bit... it's super cheesy. But
what's worse is I think you can tell they really expected that song to take off. Because they're it's in the credits, it's in the thing, it's like the main theme of the film.
Well, it's the only song in there, wasn't it, apart from the Grinch song?
Well, they got the Welcome Christmas song, the Who song.
Yeah, that's quite good, actually. I've forgotten about that. I have to say, every time I see this, I like it more.
Yeah.
It just gets better and better with each
You always find every single time you watch it, you find a more, adult joke in it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there's certain jokes in it that are so classic that you're just, when you're watching it, you're looking forward to those, right? But then there's always something, Carey's always throwing in something else that you might have missed. The classic ones are stuff like where he's reading his own diary about, nothingness, staring into
7 o'clock, stare into the abyss.
and his answer phone, and there's also kind of adult jokes in there, like you say. There's like when they're who's having a party, it's like they're throwing their keys into a big bowl.
He tries to get a car, and it just drives on past him, and he goes, "It's because I'm green, isn't it?"
Yeah, and they take a Mickey out of explosions in films as well, with a tiny little couple. But Carey is fantastic in this. I think this might be his best role, to be honest.
Yeah, this or Mask, but
I prefer this. I really like him in this because he's not just doing zeitgeisty jokes. He's just doing jokes about the Grinch and the Grinch's character, and they all of them work. And there's all these other references to Zeus. He starts rhyming when he's talking at one point and gets horrified. And it's kind of well funny.
Whenever he catches himself, he has to correct himself in a way that doesn't. Yeah, it's really funny. It's
and I'll tell you who else I thought would give a good performance. Whoever it is, I don't know who it is. The boy Grinch, the little boy Grinch. That's a good performance too.
That wasn't like a kid. That was
wasn't it?
It was a dwarf cat.
I'm amazed. I thought it was a kid. Okay, well, it was it was a good performance anyway. Yeah. Okay, I've got one that isn't Gremlins that we did watch together, but you must have just blanked it from your mind. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, there's two ways we can rate this. We actually watched a Mystery Science Theatre version of it, right, which was very watchable, very fun, but underlying that was the actual original film, right? The film had pretty much no redeeming qualities to me. It was quite wretched. I actually, apart from this goofy song that I kind of liked.
Yeah, the Hooray for Santa.
Here comes Santa Claus, that one. But if you're going to have to, I mean, the film as it stands, I'll give a 1 or 2 out of 10, really.
Yeah.
But the Mystery Science Theatre one was pretty damn funny. And one I'll probably be revisiting some other Christmas sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, so last one's Gremlins. Do you want to lead on?
Yeah, this is the fairly funny story of Gizmo and the pop culture icon he's kind of become, with no one remembering the actual film.
Yeah. Really?
Everyone knows Gizmo and the Mogwai, but no one.
No, I'm sure there's lots of people that remember the film. I'm not a fan of Gremlins 2, actually, but never mind that. This film's got loads of dark, weird shit in it.
This is I think this is one of the films that got the PG-13 rating put into place.
This and probably Indiana Temple of Doom, maybe.
Yeah.
This was... It was fun. It kind of looked a lot like Back to the Future, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think Back to the Future came after this.
I think it may have been the same set.
Yeah.
They just shot it differently.
But it's kind of got this light Christmas vibe and then horrible violence.
Yeah.
People are dying and all sorts.
Well, I think there's a bit in the second one where they say no one died or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And I'm fairly certain that Mrs. Deagle died. She got launched out of a second story.
Oh, she died, yeah, she does. I also like the fact that people say, people outside of Gremlins make fun of the rules, that's ridiculous, Midnight Having a Time, which they even reference and make fun of in Gremlins 2. But listen, I mean, the model works phenomenal if you watch this. I mean, we're watching it on a big TV. It's not a Blu-ray,
we're
but
watching
it's
a DVD on a huge TV.
Yeah, and it
still looks good.
And it was a decent print DVD, wasn't it? It was pretty much the same as a Blu-ray print, and it still looks really good. Those little gremlin models, they're just really well articulating, and they got the gestures right, and Gizmo's a pretty good model too. Actually, when Gizmo talks and does stuff. Really terrific film. Really enjoy this film. What would you give it out of 10?
I'd give it a 9.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9 too. Yeah. I think it's one of the few films that really successfully channels Looney Tunes to the T, actually. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of Looney Tunes in its DNA.
Again, that's shown a bit more in the second one, where they actually have a whole Looney Tunes skit as the first.
Yeah, they use some Looney Tunes sound effects in this, though. I'm trying to think where, but we're surprised and stuff.
I think it's when the new Mogwai are eating, they do the Tasmanian Devil.
They do sound like that, yeah. Okay then, I think we're about done for what we watched. So it's now on to Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Who are you? I'm no one.
I was raised to do one thing. But I've got nothing to fight for.
Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish what you started.
There are stories about what happened.
It's true. All of it. The dark side. The Jedi. They're real.
The Force. It's calling to you. Just let it in.
Okay, so we are going to start with non-spoiler stuff. Only a couple of minutes, that's all, just to give you a general feel of what we felt about the film without spoiling it for you. Then we're going to get into heavy spoilers. Okay, let's get going. Okay, what was your general feeling about the film, Sam?
I thought it was a pretty good film.
I thought it was a
Really
really good film. Where would you put it in the Star Wars rankings?
I'd put it below Jedi and Empire.
Jedi and Empire.
Yeah.
So, what, Empire first?
Empire first, Jedi this, then
New Hope, is it?
then New Hope, and then the prequels in reverse order.
Reverse order. That's interesting. I never know what to do with the prequels because though there's some terrible stuff in Phantom Menace,
There's really good stuff in the rest.
yeah, the thing is this that love
Yeah, the
thing in
love
Attack
story
of the
kind of
Clones.
kills it. That's why it's lower.
Attack of the Clones. What?
Attack of the Clones has some pretty cool stuff with the clones. But
Yeah, but that love's, I don't
Yeah.
like Sam.
As I
It's
said,
just so appalling.
the love story is so vile. It
All right,
doesn't blow everything
let's not
else.
talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're obviously rated quite highly. I've seen it twice. You've seen it once. We saw it in 2D, didn't we?
Yeah.
Of good viewing experience.
Yeah.
I think we basically thought it was a really good film. Let's give our actual score out of 10 now, and then we can move on to spoilers. I would give this 9 out of 10.
I'd give it the same.
I would also rate it as second only to Empire. Actually, I liked it better than Return of the Jedi and New Hope. I really thought this was a real class film, and also sort of updating the whole series somewhat.
Yeah.
With a bit of fresh blood without ruining it for anyone. That's
Like
what
the
I
prequels.
Unlike the prequels. Okay, right, from this, so basically go see it at the cinema if you haven't seen it, all right? Just go see it, all right, while you can. Okay, we're going to get into spoilers now. Okay, I'm not sure how to approach this. Should we do it in terms of plot or just general print?
Let's
general
just talk
ideas?
about general bits. We can talk about the big sort of scenes.
Let's talk about some of the negative aspects first, maybe. Was there any downside to the film?
Kylo Ren was a little bit whiny, but that was kind of the point for his character.
Yeah, we were seeing him. He was a developing bad guy, wasn't he? He
Yeah.
wasn't quite sure of his place in that, even though he obviously destroyed Luke's
This was
Jedi
kind
school.
of Anakin done right.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. It was like Anakin as it should have been done, but with a decent actor and script,
Yeah.
in effect. It's kind of cool. My issue. Oh, you know what? I don't really have any issues with this. I just enjoyed it. Carrie Fisher
Yeah.
felt very weak. First time I saw her, I thought she was really just not acting. I saw it again, and I could see a performance there. Which I couldn't see the first time, though it's rather weak. I don't know if she's had so much Botox that she can't actually move her face much. I'm not sure, but she seemed very stilted. Although there was a performance there, I did like. I found it quite touching, the scene where she basically Han hugs her.
Yeah.
She's up against the
was
chest.
pretty
That
good.
was a good shot.
Yeah.
It was quite touching. There's also been some criticism. I've read a lot of criticism, which I don't get really. Which is like everyone seemed to be have some sort of was using lightsabers. I didn't have a problem with that
I
really.
think that's more a case of convenience. It's like,
Yeah.
well, it's more convenient shoot a guy with a blaster when he's 2 feet in front of you, or hit him with a lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean, Finn only had one weapon when he first used the lightsaber, and he had to fight a guy with a stick, didn't he?
Yeah,
So-
he had to fight a guy with an anti-lightsaber weapon.
so he didn't have much choice. I thought it was well put together. I think it was in effect a bit of a Charco sketch of the story rather than a full-bodied story. However, I think the original films are like that too.
Yeah.
We are just getting a flavour of what really is going on, and that's plenty.
Yeah.
No one bitches about Star Wars. There are some things in A New Hope where, Luke's just starting to train and he actually says to Han, "You don't believe in the Force, do you?"
Yeah.
Like he's been doing it for years, and that's kind of ridiculous if you start thinking back on that. So, I like also the fact the youngsters, at one point, one says, I thought that was they're talking about Luke Skywalker, I thought that was a legend.
Yeah.
Or that was a myth.
I do like that stuff has become story in
Yeah.
the setting.
And Han Solo's one of the old guard that was actually there.
Yeah.
They knew him as General Han Solo, and he's like,
He
was it
corrects
say
him to be the smuggler.
Smuggler Han Solo.
Yeah.
And they also the Millennium Falcon's a legendary ship. They actually said, didn't it do the Kessel Run in 14 parsecs?
Yeah, and he gets annoyed with that. Yeah.
That was funny. I did like all the interaction with Han and Chewie. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford is obviously really old now,
Yeah.
so there was that limitation. But I think he delivered. Actually,
Yeah,
it felt like Han
pretty
Solo.
good.
It did feel like Han Solo.
Felt
An old-
very animated. I was talking.
Yes. Both of us managed to see it unspoiled, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we were lucky that way. I actually went on 1 minute past midnight show, so because I really hated the idea of it being spoiled, I did not want it spoiled, and I kept quiet, didn't I?
Yeah.
Most
Except
like-
whenever we talked about stuff, you go, "Oh wait, that just oh."
Yeah, but I did manage not to drop any spoilers, so I really wasn't trying to be annoying. I was just trying not to give any spoilers out. But
No, you were trying to be annoying.
all right. I was trying to be annoying a bit, but sometimes I wasn't. I was just deliberately trying not to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Now, what about the newcomers? What about Finn and Poe?
I thought they were all pretty good.
Poe had a touch of the ace rimmer around him.
Yeah, that was.
What a guy.
Yeah.
He was like the ace pilot.
Kept swinging in out of nowhere. It's like, hey, I can pilot TIE fighters.
Yeah, and he was like, these things can really move. And I like the fact he was like taking out ships and barrel rolling as things blew up,
Yeah.
things like that, like pissing about in his spaceship. That was funny. I also really liked Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, she was pretty good.
She was pretty good as Rey. And the whole plot starts with Kylo Ren going to Jakku. It's all happening on Jakku in this one, isn't
Yeah.
it? Which is a desert planet again.
From what I've read, it's apparently not a It wasn't a desert to begin with. It was like full of life, but war between the New Republic and the like remnants of the Empire turned it into a desert.
Yeah, because we do see a lot of wreckage, don't we?
Yeah,
We
there's
see,
a lot of like star.
there's walkers
Star
in the middle of the
Destroyers.
desert and all sorts.
Yeah, Rey.
What, so they ruined
Rey
the-
lives inside a walker.
Yeah, and
It
that's
completely destroyed the
and
ecology.
she scavenges from old ships, doesn't she?
Yeah.
The old Imperial crashed ships to get batteries or power units or something.
Yeah.
She's a really good character, I thought.
Yeah.
what made me laugh about watching it at the same time, I realised how much Daisy Ridley spends time running. She runs everywhere. It's kind of funny. And I also like the fact that she was a very, very good role model for girls.
Yeah.
She was very self-sufficient, but she wasn't like a...
She wasn't very Disney princess.
No, she wasn't. She had clear feelings about stuff, though. You know, she cared about things, but she wasn't going to... She basically wasn't going to be rescued. She was going to rescue herself. Kinda, even when they went to rescue her, she basically got out.
Yeah, she'd already gotten out.
Yeah, it wasn't Princess Leia being rescued. This was a different kind of thing.
Yeah,
which actually brings me about one of the things about the plot. A lot of people have said it's basically a remake of.
It is.
Yeah. It's basically A New Hope again. As was parts of Return of the Jedi, frankly. Yeah. It's kind of, there is that aspect of it, but in this one, this is not. I mean, the Order's a bit different of things, but they're not just rescuing her. She's basically rescued herself. It's kind of funny. I liked the fact that when Finn saw her getting beaten up and he ran over to rescue her, and she basically takes care of the guy.
Yeah, she takes care of it and just carries on with her day.
Also, what do you think of BB-8?
BB-8 was adorable.
Great addition to the thing. This was no Jar Jar Binks.
No. I like that he expressed himself a lot through the little
movements,
things he had in him.
Yeah, and movement as well.
He did a thumbs up to Finn, who he just learned has been tricking him. And instead of sticking anything out, he just pulls out a blowtorch and briefly ignites it.
Yeah, like a thumbs up. Or a finger, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. I think it may have been like a threat.
Yeah.
This can happen to you.
It all starts off in Jakku. We see Kylo Ren get this old guy, who's Max von Sydow, who's got the location of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that's the big premise of the villains in this. They're looking for Luke Skywalker. And in fact, the beginning... Honestly, I was just pleased when the titles come up and it didn't mention trade federations or tax. Someone pointed this out online because they've blown up the center, they've blown up the capital of the Republic.
They do.
Can't have any more politicians.
Yeah. Now, it's kind of interesting. This sets up a plot thing. There is a strong vibe in this film that Rey may be Luke Skywalker's daughter or a Skywalker of some sort.
I reckon she's either Luke's daughter or Han and Leia's.
Well, the thing is, I was wondering that why is this guy who's got information about Luke Skywalker on the Jakku anyway? Yeah. And I was wondering if this was some sort of Ben Kenobi watching Luke mirror.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you know what I mean? So this old fella was actually there to watch over Rey.
He did look a bit like Ben as well. So
he did as well, yeah. And Ming the Merciless.
No,
it was Ming the Merciless. It was Max von Sydow, so it was really mess. And he also says to Kylo Ren, "I knew you before you were Kylo Ren." So he obviously knows that family. So they're known,
Also, this scene has a great way to establish just how strong the villain is when he can stop a laser.
We did see two Force powers that we've not seen before. Stopping a laser with the Force. Well, not just stopping it, but freezing it.
Yeah. No, it's stopping it because it was still, moving.
Yeah. And also, he seemed to have quite sophisticated mind-reading abilities.
Yeah, he could, wrench memories from people.
Yeah, which I think in the first films you could get a sense of what was going on in someone's mind.
Yeah, well, Darth Vader straight up uses it in the Return of the Jedi.
Oh, I could be wrong then.
He does the whole, you have a sister thing.
That's true, but that's his Well, anyway, it seems that Kylo Ren's got some stronger powers than even Darth Vader, perhaps. Yeah. But he's in other ways he's nowhere near as well developed in his skills, and he's obviously young as well. Yeah. He's young. He's not been around that much, and while he's a big cheese in the First Order, he is not the top. He's not as strong as Darth Vader was. Let's put it that way. I'm trying to think what else we could do. We got Daisy Ridley. Finn. Finn's an interesting point. Again, he doesn't want to take part in this massacre.
Yeah.
Which suggests to me he's got a sense of right and wrong that has been drummed out of the other stormtroopers. Which might be a good way to segue into he's actually force sensitive.
Yeah, possibly.
As a possibility.
But they do mention. They mention that he's. I think it's that he either just him, or like this is something they do in general. Is that he's like was kidnapped as a kid and raised on wherever they are, Starkiller Base.
Yeah.
So yeah,
there's even a reference Kylo Ren makes to the General Hux is the army bad guy, the equivalent to Moff Tarkin, I guess, in this. And Kylo Ren makes a reference about maybe we should be using clones.
Yeah.
Instead of regular troops. And
I don't know what the guy complained about. The clones were much better than the stormtroopers.
Yeah, I think there's some reason clones aren't used anymore. We're not privy to. Like, they're too easily changed.
They can be programmed.
They're too easily programmed or something. Yeah, it could be something like that. Though I think the Clone Wars TV series makes them fairly individual and self-sufficient.
Yeah.
So I'll just say that
and they can resist their programming. So.
Yeah, it kind of contradicts that. But anyway. Yeah, for whatever reason, they're not using clones, they're using stormtroopers. I also like the fact that these guys, this First Order, are much more militant.
Yeah.
How can I put it? In the first Star Wars films, the stormtroopers are soldiers. They're regulars, you know what I mean? Whereas these guys seem a bit more fanatical. And in many ways, the First Order's the space Nazis.
Yeah.
There's even a speech.
In New Hope, you got the idea that the Empire was comprised of like many different parts, because you saw all the sort of political side of it with Moff Tarkin and the others when Vader strangles that dude.
Yeah.
And you got the stormtroopers, and you kind of got like a bit of an engineering vibe from all the sort of people running about. But in this, it's like clear everyone is a stormtrooper.
Yeah. And they're kind of fanatical, although certainly the officer class.
Yeah.
I also like the fact the officer class seem to be English. It's a bit like whereas the stormtroopers are American.
There's actually a theory about that. It's that like galactic sort of the Coruscant accent is considered high class, and that's English.
I see.
That's why you have like Palpatine as
Palpatine's English and Padme.
Yeah.
Though she veers.
Princess Leia actually starts off with an English accent, but as soon as they destroy Alderaan, she turns to American.
She does, yes, that's true. Okay. Okay, well, that explains part of that, maybe.
Yeah, going on what you said, they are a lot more fanatical. There's a bit where where Finn has to confront a guy, and he just screams traitor at him and pulls out this anti-lightsaber light.
Yeah, it doesn't... the traitor thing seems a bit weird, actually, because you'd think Kylo Ren was above all that, but he's obviously disgusted by the fact that this guy left his post. There's also a scene where, right at the beginning, where Finn didn't take part in the massacre. Well, he stood there, but he didn't fire. But as Kylo Ren's walking off, he stops and just looks at him.
Yeah.
Which, again, might be, is he a bit false sense? Is he aware that there's something about this guy that's got something about the Force? Or does he just read his mind to know that he's scared or disgusted or something? Who knows?
Yeah, it's probably that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Daniel Craig was in this.
Yes, he was. Apparently, he was a stormtrooper.
He voiced a stormtrooper called JB007.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I heard about that too. I don't know which one that was or where it was in the film, though.
I assume that was the one that shouted traitor, because that's the only one that spoke, really.
Well, I have to see it again, won't we?
Yeah.
I like Daisy, as I mentioned, I like Daisy Ridley in this, but they really, whenever Force and her were talked about, or Skywalker, we heard Luke's theme.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
Or maybe not every time, but we did hear Luke's theme. And I also like the fact that when she had to use the Force, you saw her deliberately calming herself.
Yeah,
before she could properly do it, and she's like closed her eyes and relaxed. A bit like Ben's training of Luke at the beginning, and also Yoda's. So I kind of like that, and I got a feeling has this mirrored A New Hope? It might be that the next film mirrors Empire in terms of Luke will be training her.
Yeah.
And it might be that. We might not see Luke in action. He might
probably
take on the Yoda role. And we see her trained. And then she'll have, if it really mirrors Empire Strikes Back, she'll have to realise her friends are being deliberately tortured and go and rescue them.
Yeah.
To face Kylo Ren again. But do you think they do that?
I think it's going to be that Kylo Ren's going to try and set that up deliberately.
Yes.
So he's going to know what, because he's based himself so much on Darth Vader, he's going to know that she's probably found Skywalker.
Yeah.
So this worked last time with...
But this time it's not to get her, it's to get Skywalker back in the fray, isn't it? We might see something even more badass, which is Luke and her come
Luke
back
just
together.
does a throwdown.
Yeah. We see Kylo Ren fight Rey and just about beat her.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
Then Luke comes and destroys him.
Yeah, that'd be kind of awesome. Yeah. It would have been kind of cool if Kylo Ren was a tiny bit older, maybe 5 or 10 years older. I don't know if that would have worked in the
No, I
timeline.
think it kind of fits because he's this angsty sort of...
No, I'll tell you for why. With that, it would have opened up the possibility that Rey was his daughter.
Maybe.
He's too young to have her as a daughter, so that isn't possible. But that would have been an even more tantalising possibility, reflecting the whole father-son business.
People have posited that perhaps if Rey is Han Solo's daughter, Han Solo and Leia's daughter, that perhaps Ren was the one that dropped her off on Jakku.
Yeah, there is some lines when he said, what girl? He was quite sharp, wasn't he, when he said, they're with a girl, and he says, what girl? Like, he knows something about her.
The girl on Jakku, that sounds familiar.
But wouldn't he have told her?
No, I think that's very much a dark side thing to do all this sort of...
I mean, there is some speculations that she obviously doesn't know she's Luke Skywalker's daughter. If that's the case, I mean, we're speculating.
She doesn't know whose daughter she is.
But there is some speculation she may have had early Jedi training and had some sort of forced mind wipe or something.
Yeah, and then been taken to Jakku.
So she wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
To protect her, because Luke would have obviously wanted to keep her protected.
Or Kylo Ren couldn't kill her.
Yeah, and Kylo Ren, because if she knew who she was, it'd be much easier for him to track her down, I guess.
Yeah, just think about how conflicted he is up until that point in the film.
Yeah.
And then he struggled to do what he did. He needed sort of convincing, and then I doubt he would have done it prior to that. But.
Let's go back to the actual film. We were speculating wildly about the future film. It'd be fun to come listen to this podcast when the next film comes out, just to see how wrong or right we were. I like the way the Millennium Falcon was introduced. It was kind of awesome.
Yeah, the whole they skim past it with the camera.
Yeah, no, I missed that the first time.
I was like, wait, was that the Millennium Falcon?
You saw it, right. But I saw it the second time. Because I was kind of expecting it, I think.
Yeah.
But, oh man, it still delivers. Seeing that Falcon start to take off and go is awesome. And also I like the fact Daisy... Another thing to indicate she's an awesome pilot. Considering she's been planet bound, she can pilot like anything.
Yeah.
The fact is, she even flips the Millennium Falcon.
She stalls the engine so it
deliberately
does
to get a gun aim on a fixed gun. Which is kind of an awesome thing to do.
So I don't know why he just didn't go to the other gun.
Yeah, he should have just gone to the other gun. So we're seeing that Finn's a good shot.
Finn's a good shot.
Daisy's a good... Daisy. Rey's a good pilot. And so he's posed the Ace Rimmer, in effect.
So what we have is our Jedi in Rey, our
fighter,
sort of smuggler, charismatic character in Poe, and Finn would be a tag-along sort of thing.
But he's pretty capable as well, isn't he? I mean, he's had Stormtrooper training as well. I read one of the bitches about this film was like, why would they let a Stormtrooper along? He could be a spy. It's like, oh, for goodness sake, it's Star Wars.
At that point, he's proven himself to not want to be part of it.
Exactly. There's some fun stuff also. I also kind of like the flashback when... Rey touches Luke Skywalker. She gets a massive flashback.
Quite a bit of because that's that it shows like Empire and it shows bits of Empire.
It shows bits of Kylo
Yeah, and then
Ren
it shows,
and Luke, is it? I wasn't quite sure.
It's
that.
definitely Luke.
Did you catch the whisper right as she came out of the trance? It said, "And this is the first step."
Yeah.
It said, which is like an odd choice of words. I'm sure there was other things there we missed, and we'll see them in the Blu-ray, especially if we have the subtitles turned on.
Yeah.
There was other stuff going on there. I also I'll tell you what, there was a fantastic shot in this film that I'd forgotten about. I saw it and thought that's really good the first time I saw it, and the second time I thought that's good, which was you see TIE fighters in a sunset.
Yeah, the Apocalypse Now shot.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Really awesome. But I also like when we saw the X-Wing speeding across the water.
Yeah, that was very...
What made me
I
laugh...
like the whole setup for that, where they just go like, "We got incoming," and then it pans out to like all the stormtroopers, and you could just see like the trail that the X-Wings are kicking up. Coming towards
that was so cool. And they opened their... Yeah, that was cool.
They opened the foils. And
I also liked the fact that this was Star Wars. Virtually all the... Except for the very end, virtually all the battles, flying battles, were in atmosphere.
yeah.
On planet. they weren't in space. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And it was kind of... I liked it. I thought it was good. You'd think the Empire or the First Order or whatever they are would have learned to build a Death Star that wasn't easily blown up by a few X-Wings. They never get it right, do they?
Or they couldn't just shoot something on the surface. I mean, the second
Just put a
Death
big
Star,
metal cap over
the
it.
Death Star had it. The second Death Star had it right. I mean, it was half finished, but
Yeah,
it
had a
didn't have-
shield defense.
Yeah.
That had a shield defense. That's fair enough. But the fact is they took out the shield defense. But this is silly. Anyway, and probably the most important scene there, if you're gonna get spoiled, this is the one people have spoiled, is what happened with Han Solo.
Yeah.
Was you surprised? Was you expecting it?
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. I thought they would.
I wasn't. I didn't know
thought
it was
that
going to
if
go.
they weren't going to do that, they were probably going to like put him on the back burner for the rest of the films. Maybe have him in the last one.
Yeah.
But it was
Well, I
either he was
was-
going to die or
The thing is, I kind of was wondering what was going to happen with Han Solo because Harrison Ford's so old.
yeah, that's what I mean.
He's a good 10 years older than Carrie Fisher
Yeah.
and Mark Hamill, isn't he? So it's kind of, as an actor, it's kind of hard to carry on that
Yeah.
kind of role, isn't it? Whereas, like, the Wookiee, Chewbacca, it can be another tall guy.
I mean, I think Peter Mayhew would fight whoever.
Yeah, I mean, he always gives a good performance,
Yeah.
doesn't he? You can see some acting through that Wookiee skin, but it was kind of a bit gut wrenching, but it kind of worked for the story. I think actually they should have considered Carrie Fisher going out as one. To be honest, I'm sound rotten. That would have added more impact if she'd have been with them as well.
Yeah.
That I don't know why.
I don't know
she
why
wouldn't
she
have
would,
gone.
though.
To be honest.
I can't think of why she would. She's always
she
been
would.
like heading the battle from.
But the thing is, she's affected. Isn't she a Jedi as well?
She's force
kind of.
sensitive, but I don't think she wants to be part of it.
Okay.
I mean,
we- well, I mean, we-
after seeing what it did to Vader, I wouldn't want to be part of it.
Yeah, fair enough. I also like the fact Kylo Ren is kind of obsessed with Vader.
Yeah,
That kind of felt true, didn't it?
yeah. I mean, out of any like Dark Lord of the Sith you base yourself on, who would you go for?
If your grandfather's Darth Vader, you're going to look up to Darth Vader,
Yeah.
I suppose. Overall, I thought it was a really good film. It was a really good reboot. It was pretty much a remake of A New Hope. Some people have even described this as a soft reboot, and I don't see it like that. It's just a continuation of the story. What makes me laugh is people were also bitching about, well, has everyone got to be related to everyone? And you think, do you understand Epic's story?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what it's about. It's story. It's family
Dynastic
lines.
legacy.
It's dynasties. Those are the things that interest people.
I was surprised, like how many of the old characters were still in it. Not just like the main three.
There was the little pilot. There was Akbar.
Akbar was just. It was just like.
Was it Akbar? I wasn't
yeah,
sure.
it was Akbar.
It was Akbar,
Yeah.
and there was the little guy that was with Lando.
Yeah.
with the weird cheeks. He was in it. I wonder what happened to Lando. Do you think Lando will come back? Is
Maybe.
Billy D. Williams still alive? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think he is
he's
actually
still alive.
That would be kind of cool. Overall, I really like this film. There's so much you can talk about with it, and it's a bit of a killer at the minute because we are in this phase of some people still haven't seen it, so you really don't want to spoil it for them.
Yeah.
Though I did laugh my head off about the story about the bloke that yelled out the spoiler to a crowd.
Yeah.
And a Wookiee, a stormtrooper, and Boba Fett beat him up.
Yeah. And then the police let them off.
And let them see the film. And they said the police didn't even charge him. They just said it's justifiable violence. That was funny. Yeah, I'm glad it happened to him. Actually, I hate people like that. So great film. I think it's is it a film of the year?
Yeah, I'd say.
Really, I have to say I still like Mad Max better. I really, really like Mad Max. This is my second film of the year, though. And then there's quite a bit of a drop off, to be honest. I think What We Do in the Shadows is probably my third film of the year.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen that many films, so I've got to be honest. So I'm not entirely sure. But Mad Max still pips it for me for this year. But I'm really happy to see Star Wars back on the rails. I'm really happy. Are you looking forward to Rogue One?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. And for some reason, I kept thinking, I thought Poe was in it, but no, it's set between episode 3 and 4, so Poe won't be in it.
The spies that got the plans to the Death Star.
Yeah. It's a man on a mission, which kind of, it occurred to me while I was watching the stuff with the First Order, being space Nazis. This is kind of shaping up maybe to be a bit of a World War II analogue.
Kind of.
Yeah, they call it Star Wars, but to be honest, we only really got a few battles in the 4, 5, and 6, didn't we?
Yeah.
It wasn't a war. Clone Wars was a war.
Yeah.
But it would be kind of nice if this is a proper war again.
Yeah.
As well. And I can strongly see a World War II vibe in it. And I can see Rogue One being a World War II man on a mission type movie. Men on a mission type movie. Again, it's kind of interesting. I believe they've got the central character in Rogue One is a woman, which is cool. Very cool. So I'm looking forward to that one too. That's out next year, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
2016.
So yeah.
So that'd be cool. I wonder if they've already got a script going for Star Wars 8. Because I've got a few ideas.
I think they do. I think they've announced a date.
Yeah, I think it's May 2017 is the announced date, but not the 4th, not May the 4th, unfortunately. Also, it was kind of funny about the opening weekend figures. That made me laugh.
Destroyed.
I remember thinking when Jurassic World came out, I said, yes, it's got the best opening weekend ever. I thought, Star Wars. I thought, that's cute, but, Star Wars. And I think I'm right.
What's it made? So it's made, it's at 610 million.
Cool. I just hope it finally beats Avatar because it's shocking that film is the best money-making film of all time. It's such a poor film.
I didn't hear people assaulting each other over Avatar spoilers.
No, we didn't care. Anyway, this is
Avatar was just space Pocahontas, but
but big blue cats. Okay, all right, let's wind this up. And great film. Just go see it, will you? All right. And Merry Christmas to all our listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Bye until 2016.
Bye.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Her name was Leia. She was a princess with a Danish on each ear and Darth Vader drawing near. So R2-D2 found Ben Kenobi.
Obi-Wan.
He'd have to put the Death Star plans into the rebellion's hands. So Luke and Obi-Wan had to get to Alderaan. So they stopped into Mos Eisley to have a drink with Han at the Star Wars Cantina. The weirdest creatures you've ever seen. At His name was Solo.
Han Solo.
He was a pilot with a blaster at his side and a smile 12 parsecs wide there with Chewbacca. He was a Wookiee. They met with Luke and Obi-Wan about the Millennium Falcon, docking Bay 94. Stormtroopers at the door with a flash of Ben's lightsaber. Now there's an arm on the floor at the Star Wars Cantina. The weirdest creatures you've ever seen at the Star Wars Cantina. Music and blasters and old Jedi masters at the Star Wars.
Mos Eisley's spaceport. You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy. You must be cautious.
His name was Yoda. He was a Muppet. Darth Vader was so bad, and by the way, he's Luke's dad. Luke kissed his sister. His hand got cut off in that galaxy far, far away. Lucas had a lousy day. Boba Fett was so mean. Jabba had bad hygiene. Why didn't they all just relax back on Tatooine at the Star Wars Cantina? The weirdest creatures you've ever seen at the Star Wars Cantina. Music and blasters and old Jedi masters at the Star Wars.
The Force will be with you.